Hello everyone, welcome back to the Manifesting Manual where we discuss easy, effective methods you'll want to commit to. Today I have an amazing video for you guys. It's going to be some success stories centered around the topic of health, body, and appearance. So I'm not going to really take much time introducing each story. I'm going to just get right into them so you can be inspired and motivated right now. So without further delay, let's just get right into the video. Success story number 1. I changed my body shape with imagination. This story may be a bit long, but this is one of my coolest, most recent, and most personal manifestations. I am a young man and have always maintained the belief that I had a curvy body type. I think I formed this belief in high school while my weight fluctuated throughout puberty and I would gain weight around my hip and thigh area. No matter where it really formed, I held on to this belief and it consistently reflected itself back to me. Shopping for pants felt like a nightmare because I felt like I already knew the end result. Things would either fit in the thigh and hip area and be way too big in the waist, or fit in the waist and be uncomfortably tight elsewhere. Even in the past, while consistently dieting and exercising, I still never felt that my body looked how I wanted it to. I have studied the law for just over a year now, and my theoretical understanding and successes have improved dramatically. One day it hit me. Why wasn't I using the law favorably regarding my body type? I say favorably here because I was perfectly using the law just for what I didn't want. So here's what I changed. I'll start by saying that I don't consistently do SATs in the standard definition of looping a single scene until you fall asleep. I like visualizing before bed most nights, but I visualize a lot of different things. I think that the more rules you put on your visualization, the less fun it will be, and you will be less likely to do any of it, which leads to frustration. While visualizing one night, I asked myself, what do I want to see? What do I want to be true? From there, the imagining comes naturally. I imagined that I was checking myself out in the mirror and that I loved how my pants fit my body. That's it. For me, this image implied that my body type had changed and that standard cut men's pants would hang off my body in a way I had always desired them to. In the past, if I looked at how my pants fit in the mirror, I would be disappointed with how they looked. So this simple change in feeling behind a similar image was enough for me. I imagined this only a few times between a couple of nights. I didn't try to pass it to my subconscious mind or anything like that. I just saw what I wanted to see and I felt how I wanted to feel. I don't mindlessly repeat affirmations, but sometimes I do ask myself, what do I want to think? Which goes back to, what do I want to be true? My answer was that I wanted to think that I was losing weight like crazy and that I looked hot. So sometimes while walking up by the mirror or after a shower, I would look at myself and just think something along the lines of, dang, I am losing weight like crazy. I look so good. I wanted to give myself lots of compliments because I knew it could only benefit me. Pretty quickly after doing all of this, my girlfriend started telling me I was too skinny. It was sort of as a joke, but I knew she had noticed my body was changing, and that gave me confidence, for I knew my external world was reflecting my change in my eternal world. Last week, while getting ready for work, I put on a pair of pants that I always wear, and they were falling off of me. I put on my belt and I had to use the tightest loop to keep them up. Just a few weeks ago, I was wearing these pants with no belt at all. Later that day, I stopped by a store and bought another pair of pants in a size that I previously would never have grabbed first out of fear that they would be too small. I took them home and tried them on, and they fit exactly how I had imagined a few weeks prior. I was elated. I felt hot. After a few more days of wearing those pants, I noticed that even that size I had picked out was a little too big. They are sort of falling off of me now, so I need to go back to the store and get the next size down. I'll add this section just as a quick disclaimer for anyone who wants to write this story off as a success story as the result of physical effort only. I have never counted a calorie and I don't own a scale, so I wasn't also trying to diet to bring about this change. I do like to exercise, but I do it for fun and I don't follow a strict schedule. If I felt like going on a long walk or jump roping, I did that. If I felt like eating pizza 3 nights in a row for dinner, I did that too. The only thing that truly changed in my day-to-day life was my assumption. I learned so much from this experience. I learned to examine every aspect of my life to see if I was unconsciously perpetrating a story that no longer served me. I learned that you don't need to visualize rigidly or religiously to get a desirable end result. It is best to do what feels natural. Techniques and to only visualize what feels fun and exciting. And lastly, I experienced for myself that there really is nothing that exists out of the law. Thank you for taking the time to hear my story. Success story number 2. Health success. Ever since early last year, my little fingers would go numb whenever I would bend my arm for an extended period of time or lean on my elbow. Turns out the nerves near my elbow were getting squashed, as whenever I would straighten my arm, the feeling would come back. There is an official term for this, however, but I can't remember what it's called at the moment. I wouldn't say it was debilitating at all, but I would constantly have to straighten my arms as much as I could. I'd have to sleep with my arms straight, and I couldn't even lean my head against my hand. From looking online at the time, I had 2 options only: physiotherapy or surgery to move the nerve. After reading this, I just got on with life, as it wasn't a major health concern during the pandemic. Fast forward to around 3-ish weeks ago or so, I finished reading The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. Pretty easy read, by the way, although it leans heavily, very heavily on religion. The biggest lesson I took away from the book was the same as Neville says, that we are God and the God that is inside us is everything, since everything comes from God/consciousness. In all honesty, all I did was meditate for maybe a day or 2 and fully accept that there can't be any disease in me and that I am perfect and in perfect health, as I am God and God is perfect. No visualization, just acceptance that it's the truth. Around a week after, I randomly noticed that my little fingers were no longer as numb as they were previously. When I leaned on my elbows or bent my arm for a period of time, everything seemed okay. I was dumbfounded as I didn't consciously manifest for it to go, but here we are, around 2 weeks since I first noticed it, and it's still gone. I've tested this over and over during the last 2 weeks. I leaned on my hand for bloody ages, held my phone up in bed for 30+ minutes, when previously I'd have to choose which arm to hold my phone with so I could straighten the other one. It's gone. I'm fine now. No physiotherapy and no surgery required. Success story number 3. I easily lost 30 pounds in 3 months. Around the holidays, I had put on some unwanted extra pounds. I was not happy with the new look and the way I felt. I didn't like how my clothes were fitting either. I had for about the last 4 or 5 months been trying to be healthier and trying to be on a healthier diet and shed a few pounds using the paleo method. I wanted to feel healthier and look slim and fit, but I had no success. I would go on a diet for a day or 2 and then fall off. After some failure, it finally hit me. Every time I would think about myself, I would say, I need to lose weight, or I'm not happy with how I feel, or I am getting fatter. My self-talk was doing its job very well. If I need to lose weight, that means I must be overweight. The law is perfect, so I was overweight. I changed my self-talk. Instead of anything negative, I would think or say to myself, I am healthy, fit, and I look great. Within 2 days, I was able to start the strict diet I earlier failed at. When temptation to eat junk food came, I just repeated to myself, I am healthy, fit, and I look great. And healthy, fit people don't eat junk food. Even though I didn't really feel or look healthy or fit, I stayed true to the law. After 2 weeks, I mentally became a healthy, fit person that looks great, and the diet was enjoyable to follow. I lost about 15 pounds in the first month, about 10 in the second month, and 5 in my last and final third month, for a total of 30 pounds. My external world matches my internal talk now. I am healthy, fit, and I look great. I even suggested this to a buddy who was struggling with his weight and he lost 15 pounds. The law works. It's always working. Pay close attention to what you tell yourself. Hello everyone, Chelsea here. I've come back. How did you guys like those stories, and which one was your favorite one? Let me know in the comment section down below. I personally loved that second one. There was just something about it that really struck a chord with me. I love how this individual did not use any sort of traditional techniques that we are accustomed to using to manifest her perfect health, but instead, all she did was accept the truth and lived from that state of being that she is God and God is perfect. There is no disease or any sort of uncomfort within God. That was very interesting to me, just the acceptance. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I trust you'll let me know in the comment section down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this one. I cannot wait to hear from you in the next video. Toodles.